Yo, tonight I'm gonna talk about triggers and just a little bit more about myself and what I do about triggers. My process of triggers, because I feel like it's a beautiful process in reconfiguring the algorithm of the mind to be a beast when you are triggered. I have a trigger list of all my triggers. I know what's going to, because I know myself. So I just know what, because to me, healing is about acceptance, not necessarily, accepting and letting go, shedding. I know what will trigger me, and I'm, like I said, I check this list, or, just do things on this list that I know are gonna, I'll look things up that I know are gonna irritate me. And, yeah. I'm checking for my reactions to test if I have healed enough. If it still gets me off course, that means I still haven't healed or accepted a truth within that situation. So I dissect it to see what I haven't accepted, so I can shed the energy behind that, the intensity of those emotions, to bring me off course. I'm not suggesting this for beginners, people who are on their journey, who are just starting out on their journey, only because you kind of do want to start out avoiding your triggers until you do some internal work. So like I said, I'm not suggesting this for beginners. I do this now. Or I've kind of actually been doing it all along, because I know what I've been doing, though. I really needed a reconfiguration to be completely rewired. I knew I had to go back to the beginning each time, because I have to make sure that through anything I'm not being off course. Like, I can still be triggered by it, but it's not going to send me on a mental spiral anymore. That's what I'm trying to get rid of, because it is annoying, like I said, and the only way to get through it is to face it. For myself. So, I randomly just do that. I have a list. I'll get a little more in depth. I have a couple things I would like to read. Turn off my heat. Like I said, I don't suggest this for beginners. You know why I love my triggers? My best material comes from being triggered. And I will say, what also helps me through this process is I validate myself. Like, I don't go looking to tell people, hey, look what's going on. What do you feel about this? Would this upset you? I validate myself. Like, listen, I know I have a right to be upset, because I'm intentional with everything I do. So like I said, I talk to myself and I validate myself, validate my own feelings towards any situation, validate my own everything through the process of everything. While I'm being triggered, or while I'm just having an emotional day, I validate myself through each process and each season in my life. Do the empty chair method. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself through the situation if you're a verbal processor. Now I'm getting to the point where I don't need as much verbal processing. I can internalize it, and it doesn't send me on such a spiral that I can't be present for the day. I write my notes that I need to write for later, and then I go back to my priorities to stay present in the moment. A little pro tip: be mindful of situations. When you aren't a part of the plan, then accept it. Keep it moving forward. If they can't comprehend principles of what respect is, then they'll never be able to comprehend you. Swerve and curve. The best way around it is to become above it. Find your tactics to help you process whatever it is that has triggered you. I don't want to exactly confess mine yet because I haven't really... It just hurts my feelings. So I don't want to say it just yet, but I do have a list of things that I know will hurt my feelings, and I will view them because I want to make sure that, here we go. Anyway, best way around it is to become above it. If anyone is able to dilute your mental capacity, it means you're chasing people, not yourself. Listen to your body telling you to change directions, meaning pour that into yourself. If you're finding yourself getting upset about what somebody else is doing, validate that, and then tell yourself these things. If they're throwing you off course with their actions or what they're doing, you're chasing them, not yourself. You need to chase yourself. Listen to your body telling you to change directions. Put that back into, like I said, I'm writing all of this through being triggered. And that's where you're going to find growth, acceptance of whatever it is, whatever you're being triggered by, whatever you've seen, whatever, situation has revealed to you true intentions of another. Accepting that and just living in transparency, of yourself. Again, validating yourself, expressing yourself. No, I really don't like that. And then just take your mental notes. Remove yourself from the situation. Remove access to everything. And just pour that back into yourself. Replace it with pouring that back into yourself. I love all my triggers. You know why? My best material comes from being triggered. I specifically check my list of triggers to ensure my mentality cannot be changed during a triggering moment. Let's say it again. I specifically check my list of triggers to ensure my mentality cannot be changed during a triggering moment. Like if I'm already triggered about something else, I'm having a rough day, I will check these triggers because I like to test my own growth. I specifically check my list of triggers to ensure my mentality cannot be changed during a triggering moment. Like I want to make sure I maintain control and remain stable. I appreciate all the suckers out here that are actually assisting in my growth process. Difference between me and the rest of the world is my capabilities to reconfigure algorithms. I'm definitely not ashamed of how powerful I truly am. Mind training is more important to me than anything else, so please keep doing you. You're helping me elevate above you through whatever storm. And I got kind of cut off and I mixed my papers up, so... I'm going to start it over because this is too good. I love all my triggers. Know why? My best material comes from being triggered. I specifically check my list of triggers to ensure my mentality cannot be changed during a triggering moment. Appreciate all the suckers out here that are actually assisting in my growth process. Difference between me versus the rest is my capabilities to reconfigure algorithms. I'm definitely not ashamed of how powerful I truly am. Mind training is more important to me than anything else, so please keep doing you. You're helping me elevate above you through whatever storm. I welcome triggers because how else will I know I'm growing properly? Doing things to intentionally test to see if someone is a monster does make you the monster. Like if you're out here intentionally doing things that you know will hurt people's feelings to see how they're going to react, you are a monster yourself, not the other person. And like I said, triggers can't piss me off uncontrollably now. Know why? Because I have a list of, especially on social media, things that I check on social media that I know are going to really hurt my feelings. I will do it because I want to. You can't piss me off uncontrollably now. Know why? Because I have a list of social media triggers I randomly check to test my reactions. I know this list will hurt me, will hurt my feelings, so I intentionally check it to ensure I remain stable while viewing these images in my head. Because I know that's how they can do some intensive training. They like trigger you, because they're trying to train your brain to be able to see certain things and not be able to show a reaction. I'm listening. That's a good tactic, because that's what I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be fazed by anything. I just want to keep pushing forward, because me allowing other things to hurt me so deeply created such a deep depth and processing delay that I can't afford to lose. So this stuff is so fascinating to me, and this is what I'm going to continue to do. Like I said, retraining the mind is the most important thing to me, because that is how I'm going to become the best version of me for my kids, for my mission, for everything. Is constantly elevating myself. How can I elevate myself today? I know this list will hurt my feelings, so I intentionally check it to ensure I remain stable while viewing these images in my head. I'm retraining my own mind so you could never touch me. No. I do keep a list of my triggers. I intentionally go places I know will stir me up to build my mentality. I take the time to learn something to master a skill for elevation purposes. Nobody has shit on me, believe that. I'm intentional with everything I do. You could never actually meet me. I just say that because I feel like when you're growing as a person and actually expanding, you're going to just naturally have these things and move certain ways where you're just going to have automatic understanding. Realize, recognize, real. Realize, recognize, realize. And raw will just recognize raw. There's just a certain language and a certain existence that radiates that you'll just know who a straight shooter is. And that's all I've got for tonight. Like I said, I'm just trying to show how I'm reconfiguring the brain and how it's my nervous system. Like everything is, I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm well on my way. I've been working at this since at least 4 years, 4 solid years. I've been working on retraining everything. And I'm finally... It's finally working. It took me 36 years to perfect my own system, and I had so much encryptions within myself. I didn't know myself, and I am uncrypting myself, and I have like opened up this language that that I'm just like flabbergasted at, that all of these things, all of these gifts have been hidden within me, and I'm not going to be ashamed that I know what and who I am. That's what sets me apart, is I'm going to be very transparent. Hey, no, I'm triggered right now, so you should probably back the fuck up. Like, I'm going to be very honest about it. I'm not going to, you know, you let people control you. No, it's like things are going to hurt my feelings, and I'm going to process them, and I'm going to release them in my own way. I'm not going to release them because somebody else wants to come along and tell me how to feel. I'm going to feel how I feel about things, and I'm going to process them, and I'm going to release them in my own way. Sometimes it's the same day. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's 11 days. And that's okay. I know who I am. I know the cycles of myself. And am I trying to reconfigure everything? Yeah, that's why I do what I do with my list of my triggers. I'm finally ready to make my, to go back to checking my list of triggers so I can test to see my reactions. Because once again, I'm trying to be a beast, baby. All right, that's all I've got. Sweet dreams. Until next time.